As a selfish boxing fan and someone who cares about the long-term health of British boxing, I'm extremely disappointed to hear Eddie Hearn say that the Joshua Fury fight would take place in Saudi Arabia. And as you can see from the number of dislikes on Hearn's latest IFL TV interview, most other Brits feel the same. Now, Joshua versus Wilder in Saudi would still be disappointing, but I could accept it a bit more because of the fact that AJ is British and Wilder is American, so Saudi Arabia would be a neutral location. But AJ versus Fury is two Brits. Not only would it be the first all-British world heavyweight title fight since Lennox Lewis versus Frank Bruno back in 1993, but it could potentially also be the first time two Brits have ever competed for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. And to have that on British soil would not only be historic, but it would also give British boxing as a whole a monumental economic boost and inspire a whole new generation of youngsters. Having AJ Fury in Saudi would be a missed opportunity for all that I just described. But as I'm constantly saying on this channel, fighters only have a very small window of opportunity within which to make life-changing sums of money. And it's they who are risking their lives at the end of the day, not us. And as such, if Saudi Arabia is willing to guarantee more money than anywhere else, then I can't begrudge the fighters for being selfish. Now, a while ago, Tyson Fury said that a fight between himself and AJ would have to take place in America because he's tied to an exclusive multi-fight deal with ESPN and Top Rank, which requires him to have all his fights over there. But AJ Fury in America on ESPN isn't very viable financially because it relies on the pay-per-view model. The fighters receive relatively small guarantees, then rely on pay-per-view sales to deliver the bulk of their purses. They won't actually know how much they're getting paid until after the fight. And if pay-per-view sales are lower than expected, then they could end up getting paid far less than they'd hoped for. And both AJ and Fury would want to be paid a massive amount for that fight. I just can't see 2 million Americans paying $75 a piece to watch two Brits fight. Because that's the type of figure you'd be looking at to pay the fighters the kind of money they'd want. Obviously, the fighters would still get a cut of the UK pay-per-view revenue, but the numbers wouldn't be great because the fight will be on at about 5 a.m. in Britain. Joshua versus Wilder, on the other hand, is viable in America because Wilder is American, especially on DAZN because they're willing to pay the fighters a huge rights fee up front. But AJ Fury in America? Nah. So if the Saudi government is willing to pay AJ and Fury a colossal fee up front, then from a business perspective, I guess it makes most sense to do it in Saudi. But as I say, for anyone who's concerned about the long-term health of British boxing, it would be a massive disappointment. A lot of people would accuse the fighters and the promoter of being greedy, and they'd be right. But who's to say we wouldn't be just as greedy if we were in their shoes? Would you take a $50 million pay cut to keep the fans happy? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Hatman, I'm out.
Hatman merch is now available. We got t-shirts, vests, hoodies, and more. Just click the link below. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.